I got these coins in the mail today. These are from Nazi Germany, and they're being protected, and like, you know, with this plastic, whatever. I'm going to destroy them, because I think it was used to infiltrate and demonize Asia. This was the most sacred symbol in Asia, and they demonized the symbol on purpose. Some people may think, no, Hitler just picked it or whatever. No, Hitler was a pawn of the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds also are, a lot of people say, oh, the Rothschilds are Jewish. You know, there's just as many people saying the Rothschilds are Jewish as there are saying the Rothschilds are Nazi. So are they Nazi or are they Jewish? Anyways, there's a million reasons. I went through a whole video series making the point that World War II doesn't make any sense at all. The only thing that makes sense is that they were infiltrating Asia, trying to demonize and bring Asia to its knees. It's just like bringing the Arab world to its knees. Islam was created. Islam is just Catholicism with a twist. They believe all the same things. Like there's a Catholic church with the head of John the Baptist. There's a Muslim mosque with the arm of John the Baptist. They believe in all the things in the Bible except they add Muhammad. And Muhammad his wife was Catholic. Everywhere in the Arab world, across from the street from oh, these are hard to. I've ordered things for melting them down and putting them into bars. That's what I'm planning on doing. These are actually 90% silver. These are the highest grade. There's two different coins that are actually made by Nazi Germany with the swastika on it. Actually, that are silver, and this is the higher grade silver. This is a 90% silver. The other one, 62.5% silver. So these actually cost me about $200, and with these 5 coins, there's probably about 2 ounces of silver in it. So I'll melt them down and then put them into a bar or 2 bars, or I'm thinking about putting it into a few other things like. But anyways, melting it down and changing it into something else, and then stamping it. I'll have to stamp this like 0.900, you know, for 90% silver. Anyways, these are. It's just like, okay, think about it. What's his name? Osama bin Laden. Oh yeah, he was a false flag, right? We all know it was a false flag. They the whole World Trade Center thing. It was to demonize. It was to demonize the Arab world, essentially, and it worked. You know, people think, oh, the Arabs are bad or something like that, right? But Osama bin Laden didn't do anything. I mean, he's just this. He used to be working for the CIA or something, and like, there's a whole bunch of like, nothing makes sense there. He didn't do anything to the World Trade Center. That was all done. It was an inside job, right? But Osama bin Laden was supposedly found on May 1st or 2nd or whatever. Now, the May Day, right? Of course, Hitler was supposedly killed on the same day. You know, because they're trying to demonize the Arab world. They're also trying to demonize this symbol. It's largely this symbol, because this is Asia. This is central. You look at a Buddha statue, you see this on the center of its chest, the heart chakra. This is what you see spinning in these are the energy channels. This is what the energy channels look like when they spin in the body. You know, that's why it's on this Buddha statue. It's the heart chakra. You look at the Milky Way, it looks like this. You know, the galaxies look like this. That's because in our bodies, actually, it looks like this, too, on a microscopic scale, and also on a energy level, like with the acupuncture points and all that, that kind of chi energy. That's what the energy channels spin like this. They have, Anyways, that's why it's on the Buddha statue in the heart. And it's to demonize this. This is Europe. You know, Europe is a big cult. Like Darwinism, show me any evidence for Darwinism. There are no monkey bones. There are no anything. It was all fabricated by Pierre Desjardins or whatever, a priest in the Catholic Church and some other people. And then every pope since Darwin has said, "Oh yeah, Catholicism or Darwinism makes sense." The Catholic Church says Darwinism makes sense. Come on, there is absolutely no evidence. So that's a cult, right? I mean, it's a Catholic cult, but also, I mean, it's an atheist cult, you know, and it's being forced down everyone's throat in the universities and everywhere else in the world. When you're forcing that like that, it's a cult, right? And there's absolutely no evidence for it. It's blind belief. It's like absolute. If you're talking about like this is hard to do, but if you're talking about not believing like things unless you see it or whatever, show me evidence for evolution. Come on, there's zero evidence, and none of it makes sense. Anytime there's a mutation, it's a bad mutation. There's never a good mutation. That's the basis of Darwinism, is that things mutate and evolve. But it's never a beneficial mutation. Show me a beneficial mutation even. You probably can't find one. And definitely can't find a mutation that goes through the generations and continues on. It just doesn't happen. And then we're already creating things with genetics, as if we weren't created. You know, that's another way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is there should be trillions of missing links everywhere. There's absolutely no evidence. You know, in the fossil record and also around us everywhere we go, we should be able to see things evolving, changing in different states. You know, things should be in different states. Always be. There should be a lot more diversity. There should be trillions and trillions of missing links, and we're still struggling to find one missing link. They still call it the missing link. You know, and any evidence that they found, like Lucy and all that, it's been shown that was a hoax. And yet, it's still in the Natural History Museum in New York. Museum of Natural History in New York. I've been there. I saw it. It just disgusted me because it's so, there's no evidence for this at all, and yet it's being taught by the Europe. Let's call it Europe. The Europe cult. The cult of Europe that is destroying everyone's belief in anything that is remotely upright and good and pure, and they demonize whoever says that goes against them at all. But I mean, we need to just say, get the hell out of here, Europe. You gotta either take a back seat or we're gonna blow you off the face of the map, like just wipe you right out. Because this is really, you can't do this anymore, You can't do this anymore because you're just destroying people's souls. Everyone is being destroyed in the whole world. Europe has got their freaking hands in everything in the whole world, and they are destroying everything they get their hands on and recreating it into their Darwinist psycho image. Oh yeah, we evolved from apes. Oh, come on. Anyways, Hitler was a social Darwinist. Like everyone is. He wouldn't have been put in power if he wasn't. Because they just needed that. But then so was both sides. Darwinism came from England. Of course, Carl. It's everything. Everything's just messed up. They don't care if the story makes sense or not. They don't care if evolution makes sense. They just they just force it down to everyone's throat. Either you repeat what we're saying or you don't get a job in the university. You can't be a professor if you don't teach this. If you teach that creation is possible, you get fired. It's true. Everywhere in the world, you can't teach that creationism is possible, even. And you have to teach that evolution is probable or the truth. And yet there's no evidence for it. Zero evidence for it. You know, I keep making videos saying, bring me some evidence. Somebody bring me some evidence. And nobody brings me evidence. I've searched everywhere, you know. And there should be evidence everywhere, if this is a valid theory at all. We should be able to look at it for 2 seconds and then think, oh no, that can't be right. You know? Anyways. This is really actually quite hard to break or to wreck these coins. I'll really have to melt them down. But yeah, I'll do videos on that, melting it down, hopefully. I've asked my grandma if she'll let me use her garage, because I don't really have anywhere to do it, and it's winter here almost, so I don't know if I'll be able to do it outside because it'd be too cold. Maybe I need a more warmer place to do it, or else I wait till spring. But I don't want to wait that long. I want to get rid of these coins because they're just demonizing this beautiful symbol and this beautiful culture in Asia. You know, makes me so mad. You have no idea. And I'm gonna hunt down these coins until there's like no more left at all. But I need more money. These are expensive. I mean, really, I'm spending about $100 for an ounce of silver in silver value. So that's pretty expensive. Anyways, yeah. I'm thinking about putting it in bottle caps. I don't know if everybody's seen like Fallout Shelter. They use bottle caps. It's like the end of the world, and you create this Fallout Shelter and survive. And you have to, like, if you go above ground, there's a nuclear radiation and whatever. But they use bottle caps as currency. And so I was thinking, like, pour silver into the bottle cap and then stamp it like 90% silver or whatever. So yeah, I've got the instruments for stamping the silver and the stuff for melting down the coins coming to me in the mail, but we'll see what happens. I don't know how easy it will be. I've seen them do it on YouTube, melting silver down, but we'll have to see. I'll do videos on it for sure.